All right. It's that time.
This is Paul Catalina's Top 5 at 5:55.
Brought to you by SlapStix Comedy Club, a Friday night at Rogue Media. Of an improv show. SlapStixComedy.com to buy your tickets. These are top 5 things I cannot find the strength to care about. I read stories about them all the time. I just don't know why I should care. Craig, if you can help me out, or if you agree, please chime in.
I'm the guy that people tell me all the time, like, why don't you care about this? I'm like, I care about things that matter.
Yeah.
Like, I care about things that I actually care about, you know?
Maybe help reinforce some of this. Number 5, what apparel company someone's with. Don't care.
No, you know, when I was younger, this might have been a big deal, like King Griffey Jr. signing with Nike, that kind of a deal. I remember being somewhat interested when I was younger in like some of the NBA draft prospects and where they would sign. The last player I ever really remember caring anything about as far as signing an apparel deal was like Adrian Peterson, and that was 16 years ago. So, no, I could care less where anybody signs. And they all signed to Nike pretty much anyways, except for Kawhi Leonard, who's got to be different and sign with New Balance. But outside of that, they're all under the same umbrella for the most part.
Yeah. Number 4, contract disputes.
I'll disagree slightly.
Okay.
I mean, there can be some interest here. Like, I do think the Aaron Rodgers stuff is interesting. Like, I mean, I don't think you can read all of the back and forth. Now, like, if it was all just paper talk, it was just newspaper guy writing article after article about this disagreement, then I wouldn't give 2 S's. But the fact that, you know, Aaron Rodgers has thrown gasoline on this thing and others have thrown gasoline on this thing, it actually makes it kind of interesting because there's actually, you know, figures involved, but not every contract dispute is like that.
Here's the thing. Most of the time, Aaron Rodgers probably notwithstanding Jack, most of the time, it's going to get worked out or it's not. And then a player's going to leave and then you deal with it. It's sports. They're always going to leave.
The Aaron Rodgers thing is only interesting because there's drama on top of the contract, like number dispute.
Yeah.
Like when there's a dispute between just like actual numbers, that's who cares?
Yeah, I couldn't care. How much money are you going to make that I'm not making? Oh, great, cool. I don't care. I don't care about how you're going to make $40 million in the next 2 years. That does nothing for me. But, when you have drama that could see him maybe leave Green Bay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Number 3, the NCAA's thoughts on anything.
Couldn't care less.
Could not. I just don't care. Like, I don't care. I want to know. I'm more interested in what the individual institutions really think about things.
It's actually useful. That way you know what not to do and what's wrong.
Yeah. But I'm more interested in the NCAA, like in the member institutions' individual responses. Like, I'd like to have an election. Just vote on how you feel about these things, and then it's open. Like, we know, like, you know, Baylor's for this and they're against this. Texas is for this and against this. So that we know where we actually stand.
Yeah,
I just would like to know. I'm more interested in that, and I like how those things affect those individual schools is more than Mark Emmert being a lobbyist. All right, number 2. What an athlete did on TikTok. I'm never going to download TikTok. Stop asking me. I don't understand what TikTok is. I'm 41.
I think it's probably an age thing, you know, for your younger folks out there. TikTok's, you know, what you're probably seeing them stare at their phones most of the time. It's not for me. I've just missed that probably by a few years of being infatuated with it, although I know there are plenty of older people that love TikTok as well. It's not like it's exclusively a young thing, but for me, there's too many fads online. Like now it's TikTok. Before that, it was Vine. Before, you know, it's always something different. And like, I feel I could delete 2 social media apps, and then like 5 months later, I've got people telling me like, you got to have this and this and this, and it's just like a alternative to the thing that was before that was you know what I mean? It's just like it's never ending.
Like, you know, Instagram is Facebook that you
like, dude. I'll tell you, a friend of mine,
less stuff on.
A friend of mine,
you know,
I was talking to her. It started out as you know, I think like we knew each other but didn't really know each other. So like slid into the DMs, wasn't ever like that. But like that's how we got to like talk kind of, which led to texting, right? But then next thing I know, I needed to download Snapchat. I needed to have Instagram messages. I had like Twitter DM, and I'm like, why can't we just have one form of, or 1 or 2? But like 1 minute I'm answering a text, and then like 2 hours later I'm responding to a Snapchat from the same person, and then like 2 hours after that my Instagram DMs. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's It's weird. It's hard to keep up with.
You know what's great? Here's the thing. You used
Just
to
text me.
You used to have to call someone on the phone that sat in their house and leave a message, or you had to send them a letter. That was the ways we communicated.
I don't want to go back to that.
I don't,
mean,
but like,
I like having options.
Can we get somewhere in the middle of those two things and what Craig just described?
Yeah, but I mean, TikTok is plenty popular. You know, there's it's part of the reason why we're talking about the Paul brothers being in boxing is pretty much the same type of thing.
And that's a great segue, Craig.
Yeah.
Number 1, Logan Paul.
But you do care about Jake?
I don't like. Yes, yeah. I forgot about Jake. I don't know. I just did the
He
Paul
cares even
brothers.
less, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. I did the Paul brothers, Logan Paul. Good for you that you found a way to make money on this and the hustle and all that stuff. And it's not easy to get in shape enough to last 8 rounds with even 50-year-old Floyd Mayweather. I get good on you.
I think it's worth it depending on how much you made.
No, but I mean, I know it's hard. I get all that stuff is hard. I'm giving him credit on that. But I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't care about him as a person. I mean, I do respect that. I mean, he's in incredible shape. He's obviously taking this very seriously. I don't respect the way that they're just fooling dumb fans out there who are, again, just can't help but pony up $70 for, a sideshow act that doesn't even have an official winner. I think just they're taking advantage of people's stupidity and desire for just some type of entertainment. But I also understand why some people were intrigued by it. There are actually some people who believe that he's going to, keep doing this. But I do ultimately, I will get very tired of hearing about him if he keeps fighting guys who are 50 pounds and 7 inches shorter than him. I want to see him sooner rather than later, if I'm supposed to keep caring about this guy, which I really don't, but I don't hate the guy. But if I'm going to keep caring and not turn into hating this guy, put him in there with a Klitschko brother or somebody who's actually a real boxer that's his size and not Floyd, who's past his prime, 40 plus, 70 pounds. You know what I'm saying? That was all just a money grab last night, man. A lot of people gave it right over, and I was not one of those, and I never will be.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's